Good morning, viewer. Let's have a short look at the markets. We will only do Nasdaq and BTC today. And since we will have a longer weekend in Poland, I will not be posting updates for some time. But for me, we are approaching a very important moment on the charts and say event-wise. And I will start with the Nasdaq. And on the Nasdaq, we have seen a bit of a bounce yesterday. And like I mentioned in, sorry, I have to remove this. That's 2nd of May. We need to move it to 3rd of May. Um, and like I said before, there's, and tweeted also, there was quite a lot of liquidations building here. So it was only logical that these will be taken out. And this happened yesterday. Yeah? So we got a wick above these liquidation levels, and there's a little bit of a correction now building. I think we will get finally maybe one more move to the upside. And here, I'm kind of on the edge. For me, the perfect bullish scenario is we go within this channel or within this a wedge, you can call it, and we touch the upper part here. But the perfect scenario would be that we take out this high. Yeah. Without this, I'm kind of on the edge. For me, it's not the bullish setup I would want to have. Unless we break this high, I'm kind of leaning to the how to say this, to the unsure part, I would say. Yeah? So we have a wave-wise, we have a good structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I would expect a correction from here and then move to the upside if this is the bullish scenario. Yeah, but since we have not taken this one out yet, and I would expect that before Fed we do not do it. Maybe with the Fed we can make a bit of a candle, like a quick wick above these levels, and then release all that liquidity trapped in here. Then we correct, and then we continue upwards. But for the full bull scenario, I would want to have this high taken out before we correct. If we don't do it, then my assumption would be that this is only a 1, 2, 3 move, maybe if we get one more move to the upside before a collapse, before we take out these lows here. If we take it out now, so we have a throw over this line here, so we get some kind of a bounce here, and then to the downside correct, and then we move up. We could even see all-time highs. It's my opinion. So that would be my plan. Let's say for the Nasdaq. And also, what is related to this is BTC, is my opinion. And like I said, I had my longs trapped in here, but they were released with this candle. So I'm all good with these longs now. And what I'm looking for now is, first of all, let's start with the high level. So to compare it with Nasdaq a little bit, so we are going in a similar pattern, like a jagged upwards. You could call it a wedge, yeah. So it goes through these lows in here, and then these actually, and then connects or almost connects these highs here. So that's one part of this, and the other part is this one here. Yeah? So now what I would want to see, sorry, is a bounce to the upside, correct into this trend line here, and then continue up from here. But we have to remember we are at a very important point, and this red line shows the Fed on the 3rd of May. So we are before a very important time in the, let's say, if before a very important event, and we are at resistance, I don't get all this bullishness at the moment. So we have just repeated the correction that we had in, what was it? From January to March 2022. We just repeated the same length of this correction. So this is a perfect place to dump from. So unless we somehow pierce it with strength and at least at the end of the day tap this 40K level, then I'm still of the opinion that we are in a perfect zone for a rejection. So this one here is perfect for a rejection, and like you see, I mean, I mentioned this plenty of times before in my videos. We exactly rejected from this area. So this is like we are at a very dangerous point in time. Yeah? So unless we can break it with strength, and I'm just thinking, what would be the trigger for this? Maybe if the Fed announces, okay, we go flat on the rates, we don't increase by 25 points, then maybe we get this candle that would break it. But until then, I mean, we are at resistance. I don't get the bullishness. And if we go down to the smaller time frame, what we had here is a 1, 2, or we should say, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be a 5-wave move down. So this could be our first impulse of a bigger correction, or maybe even a change of trend. And this bullshit here is very odd. Yeah, it looks like a failed swing to the upside with a massive sell candle in here. What was it? 2000 points, I think, roughly, between what is it? Um, it was actually here 30,000 down to it's 3,000 points almost. Massive amount of selling. So I don't get the bullishness. And when I look at this, like if you treat this as an impulse down, so 5 waves down, then this for sure is not an impulse with this correction here. So I could expect before Fed we consolidate, we make one more upside for a double top, and then we continue down. How far, I don't know. This could be just an ABC correction, yeah, so you could have an A here, a B here, and then C here. And then we continue upwards, like this is a good place to bounce from, for example. Or we could go lower, like to here. So these two levels, sorry. But, for me, it looks very dodgy, all this situation in here. So for sure not a place to buy at the moment. I would wait for lower targets, be it this area here around 25,000, maybe even lower, or maybe if we cascade down like until here and then consolidate, make another leg down, then this is a fully confirmed impulse, and then we're going much lower. So that's BTC on a lower time frame. So I mean, at the moment, I did buy some spot alts because they were in good, let's say, decent places. Maybe not good, it's not the right word to say it, but in decent places to buy it. But I think I only engage about 20% of what dry powder I have in my arsenal. So I'm very careful about this at the moment because we are in a very precarious situation. It's my opinion. But the crypto Twitter thinks otherwise, and they probably see all-time highs already. I would not be so sure. Okay, so with that out of the way, thank you so much for listening. Have a very good day. So long. Bye bye.